Yo, what's up, peoples? Mood 616 coming at you live with another entry in my top favorite groups of all time. In at number 23, representing Los Angeles, California. Y'all know him as the motherfucking Pharcyde. Yeah, now I know the Pharcyde as a group doesn't have that many albums out, but in my opinion, they've got two of my most played and favorite albums of all time. The first being their fantastic and notoriously classic, bona fide classic album, The Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde. I mean, this album right here basically was one of the coolest sounding albums I have ever heard back in the day. You know, everything about this record was just unique. It was funny. It had, you know, Passing Me By is notoriously classic. You hear that beat, you know exactly what it is. The video was funny as hell. You know, these guys had great personalities. You know, I was thinking I wore my Fat Lip shirt in a previous video or whatever. I should have been wearing that for this. So I'm rocking an RJD shirt, but yeah. I think I just said RD. I meant RJD too. I think it's Star Wars. Okay. But yeah, anyways, you know, the notoriously classic Pharcyde record. You know, Pass Me By, just one of the most classic songs. Oh shit, makes me laugh every time I hear it. Ya Mama, Soulflower. I mean, everything about this is just, if you've heard this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't heard this, definitely run out and pick it up. I recommend this 1,000 times over. You know, the Pharcyde, this is when all four members of the group were still intact. Awesome stuff right there. Yeah. And then for their sophomore record, La Cabin, California, which came out, I believe, 3 years after. So this is 1995. Yeah. Completely different sound, a lot more mature. It's kind of like Common that I was just talking about, you know, with his debut to a sophomore. Very similar here, you know. They matured a lot more. The songs were, you know, not as funny. It had a little serious, more tone to it. The production of Dylan on this record was just awesome. Just love it so much. I mean, everybody knows the song Running. Drop. Devil Music is actually one of my favorite tracks on the album. Question, Hey You, man, Group Therapy, The Hustle, everything about this. I love the tone of this record. It has that very mid-90s Los Angeles sound that was, you know, wasn't really getting a lot of play in 94, 95, because of all the gangster stuff that was coming out at the time. But, you know, us real hip-hop heads knew exactly what was up with the Pharcyde, and you know, couldn't keep Fat Lip and the gang down. Wow, I can't talk right now. But anyways, that's the Pharcyde with La Cabin, California. You know, awesome stuff. Then they did an album called Plane Rap, which I do have on order. I just finally decided to pick it up. I actually really like that album. It's got a, you know, more mature sound. It's only got, I believe Fat Lip was on the record. Fat Lip is on the record. So there was 3 of them. I think Imani had left the group at the time, but it was a pretty cool sound. It came out about 5 years after. And then by the time they dropped Humble Beginnings, they only had 2 members left in the group. This album, I actually don't really like this album that much. You know, it doesn't feel like the Pharcyde to me at all. I didn't really like the production on it at all. You know, I ended up picking up this album for super cheap used one day, and I was like, whatever. But, you know, a lot of people probably think Pharcyde, two albums, one of your favorite groups of all time. You know, it's why it's higher in the list. But, you know, any group that has 2 bona fide classics, and I mean, I say the bona fide, they're definitely personal classics, in my opinion. These are 2 albums that everybody needs to own in their hip-hop collection. I could not recommend these enough. These are fantastic albums. So yeah, so it's the Pharcyde at number 23 on my list. Once again, thanks for watching. This is Moon 616. And subscribing, I really appreciate it. I've broken 50 subscribers. I've been on YouTube for like, shit, I don't know, a month and a half maybe. I know I posted up a lot of videos, but everyone's been very supportive in the, you know, my DVD updates and my music stuffs too. So, but I think I'm at 53 now, which is fantastic. I couldn't say enough good things about everybody. And yeah, for everybody that is watching the video supporting, thank you once again. Moon 616, thanks for watching and subscribing. Peace.